Now, check out the content you have here and the content you have in your scheme. Is it related to some of the lessons? If it's related, so what you do is review what your school objective says. What does it say? What does it mean? Does it say that we are building a total child, or we are equipping a child? You know your objective, and then include the lesson in your subject. While breaking it, include it. Then when I was heading a school some years back, each time we come together, they're having English language and they want to talk something like reading. Let's say, okay, let me just value, like respect, like a passage. What is that? Let's say, what is that passage talking about? Let's say respect, right? Good. And then you now bring in some other related information that has to do with respect. That is where you now incorporate it. You understand? How do you do that? Sometimes you can just tell them, write a story. When it comes to school, like then I used to read my children. When they come to school, I'll tell them to write a comprehension passage of like 2 pages or 1 page. What happened while coming to school? In that 50 words, 100 words, a page, 2 pages. And then when they come to school, you can just use 5 minutes or 10 minutes, just engage them. Then they will do what? They will write and then submit to you. So you go through it. Then you will now know the strength of each child. You understand? You know a lot of things when you do that every day. You engage those children. I'm telling you, you can always carry your children along. I don't really like the situation where teachers will say, I can't carry this particular child along, this child is stubborn. No child is stubborn. It depends on how you handle your class. No child is slow. It depends on how you handle your class. I will tell you the tactics or the logic you need to use when you have a noise-making class, a slow child, and all of that. There's always an activity you engage that child or that class. And so, you now fix the days you would like those activities to take place. You can say every Wednesdays, I want my children to do story competition. I want them to write comprehension passage. I want them to tell, come up with an idea. We teachers, we need to be creative. You understand? I keep telling teachers, it's not just about the maths, the English, the basic science. It's about the total child. What do you want that child to become? Looking at the child, once I just stay with the child, I just look at the child like just 2 minutes. I already know the talent of the child. I already know what the child will become. I already know the gift in that child. So let's build ourselves to that level. That when you see a particular child, you know how to handle the child. You don't need to give excuses. No, I can't do this. I can't carry this child. No, you have an excuse as a teacher. If you want to give that excuse, then you don't need to be here. Step 2, establish what related topics. I mentioned something like respect. I know some children, they find it very difficult to respect. In fact, some of them, they are scared of. Sometimes they are scared of their teachers, even more than their parents. They are taking their parents for granted these days. In fact, there was one that was threatening his mom. He clapped the chair. Mommy, if you touch me, I'll fall down now. Mommy, touch me. Because he feels very down, he enjoy himself, and he's supposed to be crying. Oh, why did you enjoy yourself? Oh, what? You understand? They threaten their parents. They take their parents for granted. So when they come to school, they are always scared of their teachers. Some teachers, your personality will make them respect just because of the things you say to them. Just because they know you want the best for them. And because of that, they want to come close to you. They'll be free. I have counseled a child. What she told me, she has never told her parents before. She opened up, she told me the child that molested her parents removed her. When they heard about the story, they were dumbfounded. You understand? So create that opportunity for them. Let them be free with you. Let them say everything they need to say to you. So let's use the English language as an example. For instance, when preparing your lesson plan on reading, some of us will do something like reading habits in school. Yes. So create or develop stories on values and skills, like I shared. Just tell them to create a story about respect. When you came to school, what did you see on the way? Someone writes, when I was coming to school, my dad was driving, I saw a woman carrying basin of oranges, and she was shouting, buy your orange, buy your orange. And they all wanted to cross the junction. Oh, my daddy almost had an accident with another car. You know, when they say all those things, as you're reading, you're trying to find out who that child is, you get to know that child more, emotions and everything about the child. So I really love teachers doing that. If your class is too busy, just twice a week, do a lot of things. Or the comprehension classes, twice a week, do a lot of things. It will make your class to be engaging. In fact, then in school, that was the first school I worked with. Then I was the nursery class teacher, and then I was a subject teacher in JS1. They had a secondary, primary, nursery, primary, and secondary. So I was teaching home economics for JS1, JS2, and thereabouts. So in that arm A, every parent wants their child to attend that particular arm. I don't know why, but maybe they had the news or something, because no child in my class is dull. The reason is, when I look at Chimamanda is good at, I observe maybe her learning style, and then some of them learn what? Singing, videos, or just text like on the board. And when I observed that this particular one, oh, it's not picking up, so what am I going to do? I became a song composer because I wish I compose song every weekend that would take the whole week. In fact, there's one particular one I composed, zebra crossing, a lines on the road, painting with black and white. I, composed that song, and I'll make sure that as they speak zebra crossing, and they are moving around the class, and before you know it, they know the definition of zebra crossing. With the pictures, they know what it means. For the dull ones. So you discover their learning style, know how to carry them along, no child is dull. They carried all the children along, they became so intelligent. They go home, they tell their parents, we should not bring down ourselves. Don't believe that teachers are poor-pay personalities. No. Don't have that mindset. As you are, you have brought up doctors, you have brought up lawyers, you brought up educators, you brought up so many people that have traveled outside the country. So why belittling yourself? You can build around yourself what you want, people to see you as. You understand your personality, let them see the stuff you're made up of. Not just being a classroom teacher. What do you do out there? What information do you give out there? Discover what you can do best. If you don't know yourself, you can't identify a child. You can't help a child when you can't help yourself. Identify what you can do best and educate your children and become a star out there. People look for you. If not you, no other person. I encourage us, no matter what the payment you get, salaries and all of that. So we should be creative, engage them in writing stories. Creative writing, creative thinking. In the class, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes go a long way to equip a child with these skills. Yes. You can come up with giving. Some children are so stingy. Very well. Don't know how to give. Even if you give them akara, now go back to them and say, give me the akara, they will put it like this. So let's say hey, you're trying to teach giving or adding. You look for something that has to relate to that. Math is just like you're adding. 2, you add 2 plus 2. You add, you understand, 4. You add this to this. If you do any good thing in life, what? Blessings will be added to you.
Reward.
Life. Just be creative. You can't download some material that have to do with those blessings, addition, blessing. You come up with subtraction again. When you do what is wrong, so many things will be subtracted from your life. Length of days, do they get length of days? No. When you do that, so many things will be subtracted from your life. Like for instance now, let's say we want to teach basic science. We want to relate our scheme of work towards education for justice. And one of the subjects or the topics we have is what? Living things and non-living things. So what title can you come up from that lesson? You can take them out. I don't know if you do something like just in the morning, you take them out around, they check the environment, you just look at the environment, look at what you want to teach them. You say living things say they breathe, and that is why we are unique. Because things we do, other animals don't do it. We are higher animals, and that is why we must respect. That is why we must show love, because we are unique. God has created us in His own image. You know, you try to sum up those things, relate it to that lesson for that particular day, and before you know it, you are going home with a whole lot of. When you keep doing that, Monday you do that, Tuesday, Wednesday, it becomes part of the child. The next time when you see the child is unique. When he talks, you know his wisdom. When he writes, his wisdom. Because you can't give what you don't have. You can only give what you have. Okay. So that's that for step 2. There's step 3. Establish what the mission outcomes of what you want to achieve. Establish the mission outcomes of what you want to achieve. What do you want to achieve? Your outcome. Yes. Then you decide what and disseminate the mission outcome you intend to achieve. It will motivate the pupils and students to see a valid reason to put in extra effort to achieve. You know, the passion you put into communicating the information will make students know how important it is. And they will want to put everything taught into practice. When you're teaching living things, and you put, oh, wow, did you see that plant? Oh, look how greenish that plant is. I water the plant and look how it's greenish and it's so lively, and when the air is blowing, you see it, you know, you create something from it, and they are learning. They're becoming part of them. And not making class. That class that knows how to make noise, that when you're there in the playroom, you hear their noise everywhere. You know, how do you calm them down? You engage them. I know how to give gifts in my classroom. Not as an expensive gift though. Sometimes I use cardboard paper. I design the gift like this. I say, if you behave well, you will go with my gift. Everybody just wants like part of it. And so I'll tell them, I'll write on the board. By the time I write 10 lines, I'll tell them first to finish, because I have a gift for you. You understand? You are engaging them, and those ones that know how to make noise, they have time to make noise again. All of them are focused on what they write. And that's how to engage them. Just story, short story on the board. And before you do that the first day, you do that the second day, you know that no more noise making this class again. Everybody wants to keep quiet. And then when you have a difficult child, maybe he or she finds it very difficult to learn, just discover the strength of the learning style of that child. So you not just only one style. You know, when you engage the child, you ask them questions. What do you understand about this? If the child is not picking up, you create visuals. Some children learn fast with visuals. When you have it on the board, you create visuals, you show them, this is what it is. You draw it, print. You know, those days, although depending on the school, they have systems, so they print out colorful materials, all black and white. Before I leave school, like, I don't know, they have CCTV, so they usually watch me. Before they promoted me, I go to school very early. I close. Everybody have gone home. They make sure I prepare for the next day. Don't do things because people do things. Do things and then check your conscience. If God sees it, what will you think about it? Sometimes many people have done things anyhow, and that's why they won't receive what prize or award. They keep working, no prize. They keep working, no award. My proprietress gave 50,000 naira. That's the first gift she gave me in the school. I've not even spent 1 year in that particular school. You understand? So you just come up with something. Be your best. Don't think, how much are they paying you? Because that's what many children, the many teachers say. This peanut, this money can't even feed me, can't even pay my bill, can't even do this. So why would I give it my test? Would I die here? No, don't think that way. Because in that place you are, that will promote you to the next level. So you need to give it your best. I gave it my best. I wasn't up to 1 year there. I was promoted. I was given a big gift. I was moved. I became a head teacher. So don't just do it because you feel you're not getting anything. It's not about the owner of the school. It's not about your fellow teachers. Whenever you're doing things, you do it from your heart. Have discussing other here he will reward you. They used to say teachers reward is in heaven. It's not in heaven, it's here on earth. You have it on earth here and you have it in heaven. So let's give it our best and then receive our blessings. So that's that. Because the child you're just like you're going out for evangelism, you're trying to win souls for Christ. That's the way it is when you're teaching children. You want the best out of that child. You want that something good to come out. You want that child to be great. If the child is good, what will become of the child tomorrow? And many of them don't even know. They travel outside the country. You are in Nigeria, but you've known your child that is doing very well now. God is blessing that child and he's saying in his mind, God bless my teacher. I don't know where my teacher is right now. But Father, bless him. If not for that, my teacher, my life would have been useless. So only that thing can bring about blessing in your life. So step 4, generate what? Ideas. Generate ideas. If you lack ideas, go in search of ideas. Get input. Involve other teachers. You can create a team to achieve your aim. Generate ideas from within and outside the school on how you can serve the school or community to make name. Then I used to have other friends that are teachers, head teachers, and in other schools. So I asked them, I chat them, how far now? What's happening in your school now? Any new thing, any new information? Because my school, I want my school to be the best. These are the head teacher. And when I hear from them, I use it, add my own knowledge. Bam! And what it gives me what. Then step 5 is carry out research. Carry out research. Find out online. Check Google is our friend. Most of us, we are best friends with Google. We go on Google, find out, get some information, we download materials, make Google your friend. Run the ideas. When you get ideas, you run through it. Find out visibility study to be more knowledgeable about your idea. Find out, examine what other schools are operating in or doing. Run ideas together and select the best before going further. Do more research work and writing. Ask questions about your ideas and then you put it up there. It's not just about coming in teaching. Show that you have you are interested in the good of the school. You are interested to make the school grow. When you show that interest, whoever is in position will think good about you as well. So that's that. Then step 6, prepare your lesson plan. So when you gather all this information on Google, you now compare it with this Education for Justice. You now do what? You now prepare your plan. Prepare your plan. I'm just seeing it for next session now. We're preparing. We really want to have a whole lot of load in our skin. Most parents, they struggle most of this before they even enroll their children in some schools. They want to know the stuff they have. Never skip this process. Take your time to follow the process. Okay? So make sure you have a loaded lesson plan for next section. Loaded work that you have a particular time to teach respect, time to teach any value you want to teach. Incorporate it with your topic or your subject for that week. I know we normally have weekly, we break down our subjects for weekly days. Teach the children. Before you know it, the children will be selling the school and selling you as an individual to the world. 7. Implement your plan with what? Responsibility. I'll tell you a story about this particular video. Let me read this first. After the plan, get it approved and then act. 2. Goals and objectives will help keep you on task and on schedule. Remember, scheme of work will be updated like yearly, bi-yearly, and all of that. So keep your plan flexible. So if the need arises, adopt what is to suit new conditions as long as they are favorable. So it's not easy preparing lesson notes. That's what discourages most people from being a teacher. It's you have to prepare lesson notes while you spend the whole day. But there's a way you can do it. Once you have the format, in our school we made it very easy for teachers. Paper like this, just fill in the steps. So all you do is just use it. children from knowing that particular lesson. Why are you doing that? As if I knew. I had to caution her. I said, no, just try your best. Prepare the note. It doesn't matter how, just take your time, prepare it. And then one day she was caught and she was expelled. That's why I came up with this story because of this accountability stuff. No matter what we are doing, let's be accountable. Doing it with the goal of our hearts. Not looking at the pay. Do you know it's a great investment? That's what you're doing here. So you get what you're paid. If you don't know, you are being paid. Because one, the life, good health. When you're imparting to children, you know you're getting blessings. They are pouring blessings on you. So that's why you need to give it your best. She was caught and expelled for not coming because they had to go through all the previous lesson. And she kept on meeting one particular topic, kept on meeting. Why? So they couldn't, forgive her for that. Now when they expelled her. That's that for education for justice. So teachers' readiness assessment. I want us to assess ourselves right now. Are we ready to educate students about the rule of law? Come on, let me share something about the rule of law. While I was preparing for SSC, Daddy, Mommy didn't tell me how important my name is. And so, when it was time to register for, then Daddy wanted me to register for GCE first, test my ability to know how prepared I am for the SSC. So I wrote GCE before SSC. And then in that, when I was filling the form, I filled Fubi, Ihoma, Emeroa. That's me. My name is Ihoma Chinechere Emeroa. My mom used to call me this wonderful name, Fubi, and I love that name. And so when it was time for registration, I had to register. That because everybody told me about how important my name is. They never told me that. You see your name, once you use SSC, that your name, the way it is on your birth certificate, that is what you must fill anywhere you go. Make sure you fill that name. Nobody told me. When GC came up, wonderful results. I got A in physics. And they went, oh, that is, oh, this is good. But this is not your name. This is not your name. Fubi is not your name. How does that disqualify your results now? I said, well, nobody was calling me Fubi now. Nobody told me. That's why information. Don't think the child. The child doesn't know. That's why any opportunity you have, convey whatever information you have to that child. You understand? So it's very, very important. You know, I didn't use that result today. I had to write SSC, and that's the results I used. Beautiful results because of name. So I wasn't informed, and I did the wrong thing. So that's rule of law. You understand? Once your name, anywhere you go, if your name is not the same in your birth certificate, you can't use that name anywhere. You can't use that certificate anywhere. So let's inform these children now. And then, which other one again about this rule of law thing I want to share? Yes, the second one is I went to a cyber cafe. I wanted to go and print something, and then I saw again. Just went to the attendant and said, "Mom, I want you to change something on this certificate so I can." And then I didn't know what was happening. I was actually decided sitting down, and then the woman I said, "Ambassador," and then I looked up. She said, "Go and meet Ambassador." So she now came to me and she showed me the result. She said, "This is not my result." Her name was there. She said, "This is not my result. The reason it's not my result is the subject she registered didn't appear, and the one she didn't register appeared, and the result was no good. And she felt it's now her right to go to the cyber cafe to change it." Do you know what class this girl is? That's just because she wasn't informed. She felt, oh, this is not my result. Let me just go and change it. I told her, do you know what you want to do? You want to destroy your name. This thing can take you what? To the court for years. For years. So she did it ignorantly without knowing it. I sat her down there that it is very, very low. Now what she is supposed to do is let her take it to the school management. The school manager will take it to. Then I checked the result. It was the Education Resource Center. That was what was on the certificate. So that means that the ones that are supposed to effect whatever corrections, and not how or even her school. And so that was how I sat her down and I begged, inform her. So most of these children are not informed. That's the rule of law. We always need to talk about this in school, so that these children should be aware. It's not just about knowing maths. And that's why you see them. Some of them they commit a lot of crime, ignorantly, so they are not informed. But as teachers, when we come together, when we keep telling them this thing, they will correct all these mistakes, and it won't affect their future, because that thing can affect her future. So, but thank God she met me that particular day, and that was corrected. So that's the rule of law. So let's take note of that. And one other thing about talking about abuse, because that book they're going to see so many things about child rights, drug abuse, crime, and all of that. Then we used to visit schools and we teach children about 2 to 3 years. We talk to them about child abuse. Some parents will go, you want to spoil my child? Why will you talk to my child about child abuse 3 years? You want to expose my child to? I say, madam, it's not it. We are only trying to inform this child. What are we trying to spoil? If this child is aware, he or she will want to protect herself. And I shared a story with her. When I was in that particular nursery class, there's this particular child. I used to talk to her about her body parts. I teach her sexual education. I say, Rebecca, I said, Rebecca, these are your body parts. You have what? The public parts and what? The private parts. The private parts, it belongs to you. Your body belongs to you. You're not going to expose your private parts. I told her, I showed her a private part. But if anyone tries to touch it, you scream. I report someone. Do not allow anyone, the opposite sex, or even your fellow friend, have access to your private part, because your private part belongs to you. I told her about that. And each time she comes to school, I tell her, Rebecca, how far? What are you doing? Did anybody try to touch your private part? She said no. One fateful day. Yeah, that was where I got the news. She said, the mom said that at home, she was free. Then this Iken and the boy was 5 years then. In the sitting room, there was nobody there. The parents were there in the sitting room, bedroom. And then the sitting room, there was nobody, just her. So Iken and the neighbor walked in. I don't know whether they were playing, and then Iken and I tried to touch her private parts, and then she screamed. And then her parents came, 3 years, her parents came out and were like, why are you screaming? And then she said, because I tried to touch my part, like children, tried to touch my private part and all of that. And then, because why do you, and most of them, the things they learn, they see, that's what they want to practice. You understand? See how sensitive that thing is. And then when the mother explained this to me, she said, you see, sometimes when you tell parents to teach their children about parts of the body, sexual education, they feel you just want to expose that child. No! Okay, tell me, if Rebecca wasn't informed, what would have happened to her? Hey, that should be abused. So this is very important. This, we have age-appropriate sex education. According to their age, you teach them. The way they understand. 3 years to 6, you teach them. 6 years to 9, you teach. 9 years to 12, there's a way you educate them. And they understand it. Then they protect themselves. So this is very, very important. Let's not, overlook all these things. We call them little things, little things, but they mean so, so much. So I'm sure that's the end for today.
I just want to appreciate you for the teaching. And I said, like in nursery section, we don't have much of this topic we've said, but we used to have gender assembly. So we do most of the teaching in that place where we have separate boys and girls. So I just want to see we keep up doing the gender assembly to lessen the students.
That's great, that's great. It keeps them informed. Even at home, and keeps them safe as well. Keep doing it. Thank you so much for that. In absence of any further questions, let's have like 5 minutes or 10 minutes break. Okay, then we come back. I hope that's okay.